50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Oh, welcome in everyone to a brand new edition of the Dream Wager, episode 410. Today is Wednesday, June 12th, 2024. And of course, I am joined by our co-host, my partner in crime, our NBA guru, Elvis Acosta E. Not in Jamaica yet, kid. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm not even gonna lie. I had a great day off. Got a couple things done. Went to the garage, put some parts away.
Nice.
Now I'm booked in. I'm ready. I'm on vacation mode as of right now. Well, after this podcast,
Yeah,
I'm on vacation mode.
I love to hear it. I wish I had a good day, but I was in the hospital with animal hospital, not person hospital, but yeah, little man Al bit by another dog. Crazy. I remember when your dog got attacked as well. I'll say this, bro, real quick, and I wouldn't wish this upon anyone. It's like traumatizing, bro. Like all I could think about is the other dog like chomping on my guy, bro.
I'm still have, I wouldn't say PTSD, but I walk my dogs less now than ever since the incident happened. Let's just say that.
Yeah, definitely not gonna go to that park again. But yeah, we got a good show for you guys. We'll recap the week that was. We got some plays for NBA Finals Game 3 in Dallas. Celtics trying to take a 3-0 lead and cruise to a championship, their 18th championship. We got 15 games on the diamond as well. And then Stanley Cup Finals Game 3 in Edmonton on Thursday night. We'll talk about towards the end of the show. But we'll recap real quick. Panthers go up 2-0. They win 4-1. The game was insane, if I'm being honest. They get up early, Edmonton, in the first period, and then they score 4 unanswered goals. This completes their 7th comeback victory this postseason. It's the 5th most ever in NHL history. Did you wind up catching the game?
Yes, I got in. I already got when I started tuning in. Edmonton was already up 1-0, so I didn't see the goal. But I saw basically, late first, second period on. Still, to be honest, Panthers just looked flat out like the better team. I didn't catch the first about what, I say 15, 14, something like that. But for what I saw, Panthers just looked like the better team. I understand, Edmonton was, they move a little faster. They able to get a couple more shots, but Panthers just execute when they needed to. And we saw it. And I don't even watch hockey like that. And I was like, damn.
You could tell.
Like the Panthers are for real,
And what thing is, they have the best goalie. I think he's Sergei Bobrovsky is definitely better than Skinner. That's evident. They're deeper. The only thing is, and the one thing Edmonton really held their head on for this whole postseason was their power play. They used to be able to score. They had that one line with Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, as well with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. You thought they would be able to score, but outside of that one line, they're not as a complete team as Panthers. Panthers have 4 solid lines. They have the better goaltender. And yeah, right now they look like the better team, and Edmonton got all out of shape at the last period. They're getting into fights, trying to set the tempo for Game 3, but they got outshot. They got outplayed. They got outcoached. And Evan Rodriguez, I mean, this guy is absolutely insane right now. And he's just one of the guys that you would really never hear from, but he's making a huge impact. He's tallied 3 goals in the first 2 games of the Stanley Cup Final. So I don't know if he'll be able to keep it up from here, but Evan Rodriguez, I mean, he is just, he's fantastic for the Panthers right now. He's just seeing the net so big right now. So Game 3 is they get 2 days off. This is the only time they get is travel day. They get 3 days.
After that long flight, they need a day off.
8-hour flight.
Yeah, they
from
need
Florida to Edmonton. Yeah,
that's a full work shift. No lunch.
Exactly. But yeah, they go up to nothing. And yeah, we talked about Dan Hurley possibly going there. He was gonna make his decision on Monday. We released the pod on Monday. I was wrong. I think we both were. I thought
I
he
was
was
wrong
gonna.
as shit.
I thought he was gonna do it. He winds up turning down the Lakers head coaching job. It would have made him one of the top 6 highest paid head coaches. It was a 6-year, $70 million deal, but he decides to stay in Connecticut to chase a 3rd championship. So, one, are you shocked?
I'm not shocked. I'm just a little surprised. You know, you have the dream job, the Lakers head coach. You have arguably the greatest player of all time in LeBron James. You pair that up with Anthony Davis. I would say that's a top 5, duo in the NBA this year. To me, I understand you're trying to chase the three-peat. You build something not just good, great at Connecticut, but to turn down the Laker job, I'm not gonna say it's about money. It's definitely not about money. Dan Hurley's been coaching. He's definitely gonna get a bag moving forward. It's just what other opportunity moving forward you're gonna get again is to coach an NBA, not just in the NBA, but the Los Angeles Lakers, one of the greatest franchises, not just in basketball, in all the sports known worldwide, and to also coach LeBron fucking James. Like that opportunity's not gonna come up. Frank Vogel got that chance. Darvin Ham got that chance. There's only gonna be one more coach to possibly have that chance. So I, I just feel like Dan Hurley just. I'm not gonna say you missed out on an opportunity. I'm just saying you could have became legendary. You could have been a household
Yeah.
name for the possibly the rest of eternity. Who knows what you could have done the next 4, 5, 6 years with the Lakers team? Because remember, this is not just with LeBron. That 6-year deal, you still got Anthony Davis. Los Angeles / the Lakers is a destination spot for all superstars entering free agency. So you're going to be live to get a land a superstar or great players or multiple all stars. Those later years without LeBron James. So I don't blame him just because you could get the 3P, but I feel like completing a 3P won't be equivalent as winning a championship with the Los Angeles Lakers, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's all what you value, and I think he loves UConn, what he built there. Bias, I hate the move, just because I wanted him out of the Big East for Villanova, but I get it. And also he's a Jersey kid. He's not a LA guy at all. He doesn't even fit in with that LA
I understand,
crowd.
kid, but when he was, let's just say, interning somewhere fresh out of college, his dream, his goal was not just win a national championship, but I guarantee it was to win an
Yeah,
NBA
and he did
championship.
say that. He does eventually want to scratch that itch. I just don't know if it's right now. Maybe if he didn't win back-to-back national championships, then maybe I think he would have went to the NBA. We got Ed in the chat. He's saying nobody wants to coach with LeBron. Do you agree with that? Because I think there's some truth behind it. Because if he doesn't like you, you're out of there.
I agree somewhat just because all the criticism you're gonna get with the coaching job. Frankie V, he got trashed by the media. Darvin Ham, he get questioned by the media. I feel like every few days, especially the last season. So, it's a sexy job, but the environment. You're gonna get the tough ball questions. You're gonna get asked, "Oh well, LeBron," or if let's just say LeBron tweets something, you're gonna get asked about it. So it might be a little annoying, but still, let's just be honest. Is dealing with LeBron and the Lakers going to be more annoying than NIL issues moving forward? I
Yeah.
do agree with Ed in the chat, just because, like I said, it's I want to say toxic environment, but we all know or see what goes on with coaching, not just the Lakers, LeBron James. It's gonna be scrutiny. It's gonna be a lot of criticism, and maybe Darren Hurdy's not beat for none of that, and understandable, but to coach LeBron, to coach the Lakers, I just feel like that's a one in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's a dream job, but you got to be a specific type of person to coach LeBron. You know what I mean? You need the resume that Dan Hurley has. You need the respect in the locker room. You need the respect of his peers. And if LeBron doesn't respect you, it's over. You know what I mean? He's gone.
Yeah,
So,
what's my man's name? I forgot, but Black. I remember he was a Cleveland coach. He was came from overseas. I forgot his first name, but Black.
oh,
Black.
yeah, yeah,
He was the
yeah.
Cleveland coach for just just that 1 year, got to the final. I don't even think he finished the year, but he got to the finals. Ty Lue took over. So, I man, don't get me wrong.
David Blatt.
Yeah, David Black.
There you
Was
go.
Dan Hurley the best coach available for the job? I say that absolutely. I think Dan Hurley was definitely the best guy on
Better
the
than
market.
JJ Redick?
Absolutely. No disrespect to JJ Redick. I think he's a great NBA mind, and I think he could possibly be a great head coach in this league. But he ain't Dan Hurley.
No.
He ain't a two-time reigning national champ.
No, you're right. I agree. I just think
To me, like Sam Cassell, David Fizdale, there's a bunch of guys who could be head coaches in the NBA. Frankie V, I still like Frankie V. My boy Adrian Griffin, who was the best coach for a little bit. Sam Cassell. All these guys could be head coaches in JJ Redick, but none of those guys have the accomplishments or even the experience like Dan Hurley.
Yeah, no, I agree. So, Ed's in the chat. He said David Blatt was great, but guess who wanted him out? Poor Ty Lue.
No, that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
David Blatt, to me, he did a great job.
Yeah, exactly.
What, they were down 2-1 to the Bulls, still won the series.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you brought up Devon Ham. He actually got a job earlier in the day. He got the Bucks. Top assistant to coach under Doc Rivers. He was previously the Bucks assistant from 2018 to 2022.
He got a ring.
You like that move? Back that to go under Doc though?
Yeah, Doc is on the hot seat. He might be the head coach next season. To me, that was a great move by Darvin. Already involved with the front office. They already know your name. They already know you could deal with superstars and pressure. Getting to the Western Conference Finals last year, Doc might get the Bull All-Star game too. Who knows?
Yeah, I like the move. Familiarity with the organization as well. And like you said, Doc Rivers chokes a lot. I mean, he honestly, it's the truth, especially in the playoffs. So if he doesn't deliver, let's not sit here and act like when he took over, the Bucks were this powerhouse. So I don't know. I like it. And I think he's just biding his time. So I love it. But that's all the NBA news we have. NFL. Our boy, Mike Tomlin, he agreed to a 3-year extension through 2027 with the Pittsburgh Steelers. 17-year tenure. He's 173 and 100. Never had a team have a losing record. His 173 wins, it ranks 13 all-time among NFL coaches and second among active coaches. Well-deserved.
Yeah, great extension. Remember, after the Buffalo loss, when the reporter asked, "Oh, so what's your future move for?" and he just walked off. Everybody made that a big deal. I was like, man, that's Mike Tomlin, one of the best coaches in the NFL. He's gonna get a contract. And look, we're not even in training camp though. You got a 3-year extension, rightfully so. Like you said, Mike Tomlin never had to lose a season. What, 2-time? I think 2-time. Yeah, 2-time Super Bowl, a winning head coach. We saw what he was able to do with Big Ben on his last legs. We saw what he was able to do last season with 3 backup quarterbacks. I'm going to say Kenny Pickett's a backup. So, like I said,
he is.
3 backup quarterbacks, was able to get his team into the playoffs. I think Mike Tomlin is one of the best head coaches. And to be honest,
in our lifetime, definitely.
The Steelers are lucky for him to agree on it. Just because,
they got Russ now.
No disrespect, but you don't have a secure quarterback for the future. He could have easily went somewhere with a quarterback established and go for a Super Bowl run. As of right now, Russell Wilson, 1-year deal. Justin Fields, 1-year deal, end of his rookie deal.
It's a little quarterback competition too.
But you have no quarterback security moving forward. If you're telling me we're gonna get the Russ, maybe not from Seattle, but let's just say Russ cooks for the next 2-3 seasons. Okay, I understand why you signed a 3-year deal, but as of right now, you don't have a quarterback on a long-term deal. So that's one thing that's kind of a little worried for me, that you don't have that security, at the quarterback position. But I hope Russ could step up and be that old Russ. Or I hope Justin Fields develops and becomes who you think he could be, and I think he could be an above-average starting quarterback. Maybe not what you think, but I think he could be pretty damn good.
The ship has sailed for me with Russell Wilson. I'm a Justin Fields guy.
I got faith.
I know you got faith. I mean, he's a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Real quick, I know I said this about 7 pods already, maybe more. Kenny Pickett had 5 passing touchdowns last season, and the Steelers got to the playoffs. Russ had what, 25, 27. Imagine if the Steelers had a quarterback throwing 25, 27 touchdowns last season. They win 13 games.
Easy. Yeah, there's quarterback competition though. Let's not. He had
No, I'm not
26
saying.
touchdowns and 8 interceptions for over 3,000 yards last
And
year.
and see what Kenny Pickett did. I
I
dare
don't.
you.
No,
I dare you.
he also got hurt.
No, I'm just
Mason
saying.
Rudolph was actually. Yeah, no,
I'm just
I
saying,
get you.
compare those 3 quarterbacks to what Russ was able to do for Denver. You put that in. Let's just say duplicate number. Let's just say he goes out there, gives you 26 touchdowns, 3,000 yards. Let's bump him up. Let's give him 10 interceptions with that same defense. Steelers might be a 12-win team, people. To me, they're
All right.
if Russ gives you those duplicate numbers, that defense stays healthy. TJ Watt coming off the line, you still got Najee in the backfield. Steelers got a chance still.
Kenny Pickett played 12 games. He got hurt December 3rd, right before kind of that playoff push where they put Mason Rudolph in. 2,000 yards, 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, QBR of 38.
6-4, Dill. Russ had 26-8.
Yeah.
And Steelers won 10 games, people. Put that in perspective. For all my listeners out there, Kenny Pickett and the Steelers got to the playoffs, won 10 games while throwing 6 passing touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Russ, if he just, let's just say 24, 10 interceptions, that's 13 wins.
I honestly think Justin Fields could do way better than that as well. Like,
he'll do way better than 6-4. I don't know if he'll do better than Russ.
He could. That's the thing.
No, that's the thing. He could. Yeah. Will he be able to in 2024, 2025 season? I don't think so.
Yeah. Quarterback controversy though going into the season. A lot of people don't think so. As much as I do want Justin Fields to start, I do think they're not bringing in Russell Wilson to not start him. He's not going there not to start. So I do think he is QB1, but I do think there is a short leash. And if Justin Fields is practicing and playing good in spring in mini camp and in the preseason, he's going to get some RPOs. He's going to get some action in. He's just not going there to sit and rot on the sidelines. I'll tell you that much. But no, I love the hire. I love the extension, and
maybe we see like some Taysom Hill action. Maybe some similar things that we see in New Orleans with Taysom Hill. Maybe Justin Fields. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be out there catch balls 30, 40 yards down the field, but maybe a couple runs up the middle, side, play action, something.
Yeah. And we talk about his success. Having 173 wins. However, he is just 8-8 in the postseason, so he is kind of normal / average.
To be fair, for about 12 years, he had to run into Tom Brady, though. So,
go
and Peyton,
yeah,
so.
yeah, and Joe Flacco 1 year. So can't forget about Joe Flacco. But yeah. Oh, by the way, shout out Mercedes Lewis. He officially signed with the Bears to play his 19th season in the NFL. Players drafted in the same class as Mercedes Lewis in 2006. Can you name at least one? I only was able to name one, and then they started to trickle.
2006. Brian Cushing.
No, he was not on the list.
2000.
I'll tell you one, and then they'll start to trickle in. Reggie Bush.
Oh, so Matt Light, right?
No, Vince Young. Matt Liner, yes. Vince Young. AJ Hawk. Vernon Davis, Jay Cutler, D'Amico Ryans, head coach, Devin Hester. Remember Marquise Jones Jr. from the Jacksonville?
Yeah,
he was another one. Yeah, he was a stud. All those players have gone and come. I mean, now we have him in his 19th season, Mercedes Lewis. I mean, what does he have to do for his body to continue to go through camp and play a full season? I mean, that's legendary in itself, just playing 19 years in the NFL.
The veteran minimum, Dill. I'll muscle it up every year if I could, a meal or two. But not real talk. Mercedes Lewis, I remember him, back in the Green Bay days, catching them Hail Marys.
Yeah.
He's still, he's still solid. Can he go out there, get you, let's just say, 25 catches, about 250? Yeah, he could do that. Maybe a tub or two. Yeah, I still think that, and I think he's like a player's coach. He's another guy out there that could teach the young bulls a couple of things, or maybe he's just a guy you bring in through in training camp, see how things go. If the depth chart's not filling up, or it's not exactly where you want it to be, Mercedes, the veteran, could fill in and do the job and be an excellent backup.
Yeah, right now I'm looking at the Bears depth chart for tight end. He is ranked for the third string
Yeah, because it still got
tight
Komet,
end.
right?
Cole Kmet, and then their second is Gerald Everett, the guy from the Chargers that they picked up as well. So, but I think he's a good locker room guy. People, he's been around 19 years. He know a thing or two, and I think he's good for the tight end room. If I'm being honest, like you want a guy like Mercedes Lewis on your team. So yeah, shout out him. Christian McCaffrey, CMC, he'll be on the cover of Madden 25. Are you nervous about the curse?
Just a little bit. It all depends if I have the first or second overall pick in my fantasy leagues this year.
Are you drafting him?
Absolutely, damn right. I went to 2 Super Bowls last year. Both teams had CMC on them.
Wow. So that's
at the end of the day, Kyle Shanahan is going to run the damn ball, though, right behind Trent Williams.
Yeah, exactly. I just worry about the curse. It's insane, though. And he's the first running back on the cover. Do you know since who?
Was it Chris Johnson? No, it wasn't Chris. Adrian Peterson.
Madden 14, Barry Sanders / the Adrian Peterson cover. 2000, and then Madden 12 was Peyton Hillis. Madden 07 was Sean Alexander, legend. Yeah. Madden 01 was Eddie George, Ohio State legend. So, yeah, he's the first one since AP and Barry Sanders back in 2014. So, it's been a while that a running back got it, but I definitely think he deserves it. But, yeah, worried about the curse a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't affect him and Kyle Shanahan keep feeding him the ball. But, by the way, last thing, Joey Chestnut's banned. That's a damn shame. I'm not watching it again. I guarantee you viewership goes down.
Damn right. Honestly, what he got banned for? Didn't he sign like a deal somewhere else?
He signed a deal with like a vegan company or whatnot, and now Nathan's is. Oh, so he signed a deal with Impossible Foods instead of like Nathan's or whatnot, but they're like banning him from it. That's un-American. Like.
Fuck it.
Joey Chestnuts is one of the top athletes in America. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't be more serious. Like
I know I'm laughing, but yeah, you can't deny it. He's one of the greatest of all time.
He is the greatest. Eating wise.
How many years you won it in a row?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. Off the top of my head.
I think it's like what, 11 years?
I know he came out computer's acting very slow. He did come out with the statement. I wanted to read it to you guys. Okay, so it's a 3-legger. I was gutted to learn from the media that after 19 years, I'm banned from Nathan's 4th of July hot dog eating contest. I love competing in that event. I love celebrating America with the fans all over this great country on the 4th of July. And I've been training to defend my title. To set the record straight, I do not have contact with MLE or Nathan's, and they are looking to change the rules from the past years as it relates to our partners who I could work with. This is apparently the basis on which I'm being banned, and it doesn't impact July 4th event. Sadly, this is the decision of Nathan's and the Major League Eating market. That's a crazy, and it will deprive the great fans of the holidays joy and entertainment. To my fans, I love you and appreciate you. Rest assured that I'll see you again eating soon. Stay hungry. I love it. It's July 4th in about less than a month now. We're sitting here on the 12th. I'm not watching it. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not going to watch it, and it's just not going to feel the same in Coney Island. Like,
I ain't going to hold you to get banned over that. Like, I thought he was on steroids or something, like, for stomach enhancers or something. To get banned just because he signed a deal with a vegan group, that's just, Come on,
Sad.
Nathan. Be better.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
better.
Sad what this.
You basically you pocket watching the man. That's what you're
Yeah.
doing. You pocket watching the man.
Yeah, literally.
That's crazy. That's critical.
Oh, yeah, it is. All right, kid. Before we get to our game 3 plays in the NBA Finals, a quick word from our sponsor. We are brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. No wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV, Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick. Just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing a round of golf or Elderberry watching game 3 of the finals, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid, let's get to it. Game 3 in the NBA Finals. Back in Dallas, hosting the Celtics. Celtics leading the series 2-0. Now, we talked on Monday. Boston actually opened up the 1-point favorite, but news came out today. Kristaps Porzingis is day-to-day with a leg injury. Joe Mazzulla came out and said it is, quote, a serious injury. The line is flipped now. Dallas now -2.5. Total's gone up and down all day. Opened up at 213, gone up to 214. Now it's down to 212.5. We'll start with the side. Or I'll start with this before we get into our play. One, do you think Kristaps Porzingis is going to play?
No, just because I saw it said rare bone tendon.
He also looked bad limping up and down the court in game 2.
Exactly. You still got, all the mindset of being in the game now after, 2 days resting it, probably doing therapy and whatnot. When I saw that it was a rare tendon, bone tendon, I was like, that's not good. The dude 7'3", a man to be that tall to having that problem just coming off a calf injury, I think you gotta shut him down. If he can't, you don't want to risk first injuring worse or injuring something else. You're just coming off a calf. The calf, we could all see that it's not 100%, but he played pretty damn well. I'm not gonna lie, but the calf not 100%. Now this, and if it's in the same leg of the calf, you gotta shut him down. If it's a type of injury where if the doctors say can't get any worse, it's just bruised or whatever, then maybe play him limited role or something like that. But if it's the same same leg as the calf and it could get worse, why risk it? Let him sit out games 3 and 4, maybe game 6 if needed, game 7 if needed, if it even goes that far.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't risk it if I was Porzingis and I'm the Boston Celtics. You got a 2-0 lead. You're on the road.
Just get one. One.
If you need him, play him game 5. If he's good enough to go for game 3, he'll be pretty damn good enough to go for game 5.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think he plays, and I don't think he should. I love the comment that he came out and said, they're going to have to drag me off the floor. I want to play. He's saying all the right things, but I think if the doctors say to Joe and the staff, he's
if he
not
can't
good.
spray up and down the court, though, he's not going to be effective.
Yeah,
we even saw it in the fourth quarter when he's been at the rim, just deflecting shots, making it tough. Luka was getting right past him, especially late in the fourth quarter.
He's a liability on defense.
Yeah, and we saw it. So, game 1, we saw how destructive Porzingis was. We saw even the game, the block on in game 2, game 4. That was something was definitely wrong, and I highly doubt he's able to, bounce back in just 2 days on the road.
Yeah. So all right. So you think that? I don't think he plays. I think you don't either. Let's start with the side. Mavs laying 2.5 at home on the money line, -135. Boston, if you like them to take a 3-0 lead, +120 on the money line. Like I said, total is varying. I see 212s out there. I see 213s. Shop around, but we'll start with the side. Celtics take a 3-0 lead. 77. Let me see if just 75% of the bets are on the Celtics. Hate that.
to be honest, though, for what we saw games 1 and 2, you can't be wrong. I understand game 2 was much closer than game 1, but do we honestly see the Celtics shooting that poorly from the 3-point line moving forward? I don't. Can they another game? Yes, but a couple more games like that, I highly doubt it. I'm gonna go with the Dallas Mavericks on the money line, minus 135. Do I think they could cover the 2.5? Yes, but I think it could be a 4, 5, 6 point game. I don't expect the Mavs to blow them out at all. I think the Celtics defensively, they got something going on Kyrie. I do expect the Kyrie to bounce back at home, but he's been struggling so far in this series. Drew Holiday, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, that they just throwing bodies at Kyrie, and even Derek White, he's a little pissed as well. So if you tell me Kyrie's able to bounce back, like I said though, even before on previous pods, Kyrie and Luka Doncic got to give you 60 plus points if you have a chance in this series. Kyrie in this series so far is averaging 12, 14 points, something like that. He's been excellent. He's been giving you 30 plus, but that defense, man, of the Boston Celtics just clamping down. I need Kyrie to step up. I am going to take the Dallas Mavericks on the money line, but my only concern is that Boston Celtics defense.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm going to stay away from the side. I do lean Boston. I think this is the game. If they lose game 3, it's over. I think if they lose game 3, they're getting swept. They need to come out with some urgency. Lucas said, it starts with him, the turnovers, and they need to shoot better. We keep saying, will they get better? Positive regressions.
Kyrie needs to shoot better. The whole starting 5 was in double digits in game 2 on the road. PJ 17, Gafford 13, Derrick Jones Jr.
But that's not
11.
enough. That's not enough.
If Kyrie gives you 30 points, that's enough. You lost by 8, 7.
I don't want to sound disrespectful because I do love Kyrie, but I just don't think he's capable of that right now.
He's capable. He just got to make the shots.
I think it's in his head.
He hasn't made a 3-pointer yet in the series.
I know. I think it's in his head.
He shot one free throw in this whole series.
Especially on the road in his former city. They were booing him every chance they got. I expect him to play better at home, but it was definitely in his head. So he could say anything he wants. It was definitely in his head. Turning the ball over. When do you see Kyrie lose handles like that?
And
he lost it. He traveled multiple times. They just didn't call it for sometimes, but he traveled. He turned the ball over. He didn't get to the line.
Give that defense credit.
You do, but I think it's a little mental on his part. I think it's getting to him a little bit. He hasn't beaten the Celtics since leaving.
Says nom.
Exactly my point. How about the total? It's going up and down. I think it's because of the Kristaps Porzingis news, but I'm actually going to stay away from the total. I leaned over in both games. The game went under in both games, so I'm actually going to stay away. I have no read on the total.
Yeah, I honestly lean the under. Both games went under. Look around. I do expect them to shoot a little better percentage from the 3-point line as the Mavericks at home. It just all depends if the Boston Celtics and Jason Tatum as well. Jason Tatum had a board series. If he gets it going, Dill, it could easy go over. If Jason Tatum finally shows up to the party, but I'm gonna go with the under. I'm not gonna say I expect him to struggle, but I don't expect him to shoot 50% from the field on game 3 of the road either. So I'm gonna lean the under. I feel like defensively the Celtics are gonna show up, make it tough on the Mavs, and for the Mavs, they just got to fight for their lives. So defensively, they have to show up or the series is over.
All right, let's go to the player props because that's where I got 2 plays. And we'll start with the Boston side. And this is where my 2 player props are. Same player, different props. Let's go to Drew Holiday. Over 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. It's par. It's a stat combo. Over 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He's gone over this number in the first 2 games of the final and the last 8 of 9 games in the playoffs. He had 20 in 27 minutes and 30 without KP in the regular season versus the Mavs. And I feel like the Mavs, they've been focusing so much on Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and rightfully so, that they've been assisting more. Look at Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum's assist numbers. They've been forcing the ball to Holiday, just finding ways to cut to the basket and finding the ball. So I think he gets it. I like this play, even if Kristaps Porzingis plays, but I love it if he doesn't. So that's the first play. Drew Holiday over 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And then another stat combo, Drew Holiday over 10.5 rebounds and assists at -125. A little more chalky, but I'm going to run this prop back as well. He's hit this number in his last 6 games overall, 8 of his last 9 games. He had 13 and 14 rebounds and assists in games 1 and 2. So he's gone over this in every game in the finals. So I think Drew Holiday's been actually the X factor for the Boston Celtics. People just haven't been talking about him, but I'm going to go Drew Holiday. I'm on him heavy here in game 3 on the road.
So I agree with you, man. That's one of my props. I'm going Drew Holiday just over 13.5 points. I feel like this number is too disrespectful. He's giving you about 20 a game so far in this finals. And to be honest, I do agree. He's the X factor. For some reason, Drew Holiday is just getting to the paint, getting easy layups.
Untouched.
Time and time again. I've seen Drew Holiday have 2 offensive rebounds in game 2.
Yeah, that's unacceptable.
You just can't allow those things to happen. So Drew Holiday's just gonna find his way to the paint, get a couple easy layups, probably hit a 2, maybe 3 threes, definitely 1 or 2 for sure. So I expect Drew Holiday to get a couple easy layups, get a couple free throws, and make a couple threes. So I think 13.5 points is a little disrespectful. I think it should be at least 16.5, 17.5, just because he's averaging about 19 to 20 in this series, and he's been very impactful. And then my other prop for the opposite side, though, what to me, he had a great game 2. An expert to even have a better game 3. Give me Gafford over 8.5 points at plus 100. Shop around, people. We saw him when he's able to get the ball in the paint. He's always gonna have a smaller guy on him. He's gonna have Tatum. He backed him down a couple of times. He had Derek White back him down. Even Brown and Drew Holiday got in the paint, backed him down a couple of times. We know Luka, especially at home, he's gonna try to find those alley-oops. Gafford's gonna be on the receiving end. It's that. So I expect Gafford to get a little more playing time just because Lively hasn't been as productive as we saw in the
foul trouble too.
Yeah, it's just, I think he's a rookie. It's a young kid. Finals on the road, games 1 and 2. Maybe he comes back to life in games 3 and 4 back at home. But I love what I saw from Gafford, be a little more aggressive in game 2, and I expect that to move forward, especially in game 3 back at home, get a couple easy buckets, and especially if Jason Tatum or Brown is on you, might as well dump it off of him and try to see if you can get those guys in foul trouble, get them on the bench.
Yeah, I think 8.5 or 8, whatever you got the number at. I think that's extremely low. He's averaging 11 points in this postseason. He had 13 last game. Especially, I agree. I think they're going to give him more minutes. In game 1, he only saw 14 minutes, and he still ended with 8. So it kind of, you would have lost it. But that hook, I mean, you got to imagine he plays 20, 25 minutes this game, especially if Kristaps Porzingis plays. Even if he does, they got to go after him and target him.
I think that'd be even a bigger positive if he's not.
I agree.
Soon as Big Al, let's just for example, if Big Al starts, he gets in foul trouble. Now that 5th man rotation is going to be a little iffy if Big Al is in foul trouble, especially late in the 3rd, in the 4th quarter. So if KP is not able to go and they're able to get Big Al in foul trouble, that's the recipe for success and to win game 3. If Kristaps is not playing, get Big Al in foul trouble, attack the paint, because Luka could get there. Kyrie could get there, and Gafford, we saw him able to get to the paint in game 2.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love the plays. I'm hoping for a closer game, and I'm hoping Dallas wins 1 at least here at home. Kind of extend the series. I want as much basketball as possible. I'm being a little selfish, but yeah,
I'm gonna be in Jamaica, and I want a great game 3.
Exactly. Exactly. Good luck. Hopefully it is a good game. Enjoy it tomorrow in Jamaica. Let's go to the Diamond. We got 15 plays. Not the prettiest slate, if I'm being honest. I know it's a lot of action, but I only got 3 plays I really like. We got day baseball, which is good. I'll start with day baseball. I'll go out to Milwaukee for my first play. Milwaukee Brewers hosting the Toronto Blue Jays. Tobias Myers going for the Milwaukee Brewers. Chris Bassett, former ex-Met, is going for the Toronto Blue Jays right now. A short favorite at home for the Brewers, -110. -106 short dogs on the road for the Toronto Blue Jays. Over-under is at 9. Total seems a little high if I'm being honest, but I just can't back Chris Bassett here on the road. I'm still going to fade the Blue Jays as well on the road. And as an underdog in this season, 6-17 as an underdog. They don't perform well. And we know Milwaukee is a great team at home, 19-10 at home. They took the opening game of this series between the Blue Jays 3-1, and Tobias Myers has been a little better as of late. I know the record's not there, just 2-2, but I'm going to back the bats and the defense of the Milwaukee Brewers. So small favorites, but I'm going to take the Brewers with the short price at home.
Same deal. Give me the Milwaukee Brewers on the money line -115. I'm a little bigger fan than Bissett than Dylan is, but I just don't trust Toronto, especially at home. Like I said, the Brewers are 19-10 at home. People, you got to recognize that number, especially this early in the season. So give me the Brew Crew at home -115. Shop around because I do see -110. Game is basically at a pick 'em right now. So I was you. If you like the Brewers, hop on them now because money probably will start rolling in come tomorrow.
All right, next game for me. Still day baseball. We'll head out to the West Coast, though. San Francisco Giants hosting the Houston Astros. Framber Valdez going for the Stros. Logan Webb going for the Giants. Short favorites at home for the Giants, -116. I see actually -108. I see -110. So shop around. -102 for the Houston Astros. Over under is at 7.5. Kid, I got to take the Giants here. Giants, they kind of turned things around a little bit. They won 4 of the last 5. Another team that's good at home, 18-14. I still don't trust the Houston Astros. I don't trust Framber Valdez. And how many times do I have to come on this pod and say we fade Logan Webb on the road and we back him at home? At home, 171 ERA, just 1 home run given up, 8 runs in 42 innings. On the road, he's just a much different pitcher. You can't back him on the road, but at home, batters only hitting 230 off of him. I think this is a really good spot for them. Astros kind of struggling as of late. I like them. I like the Giants here a lot, actually. I think they should be a bigger favorite. So give me the Giants here on the money line, -110. What do you like here? Or no play here?
Nah, I gotta lean here though. It's a short number. I'm gonna still lean the under 7.5. I don't trust Houston offense, especially on the road. And I respect Valdez. I think Valdez can have a good outing, and then I trust Webb at home as well. So I think both pitchers could have a successful night, and I don't expect the Astros bats to really make too much noise. So I'm gonna lean the under 7.5 though.
All right, what's your second official play though?
My second official play will be Cleveland Guardians taking on the Cincinnati Reds. Cincinnati Reds at home. Slight favorite, the Reds, -108 on the money line, but that will be my dog of the day. Give me the Guardians on the road, +101. Shop around, people, but I was hop on the +101 right now. To me, just take the better team. I understand they're on the road, but I just don't. To me, it doesn't make sense why Cincinnati's that big of a favorite. Even being just a favorite at home against the Guardians, a little shocker to me. But give me the Guardians at home on the road +101.
I'm going to go the opposite way. Give me the Cincinnati Reds. I'm going to trust the books. I think they got it right here. I'll say this. The reason that they're favorite, they're fantastic. 8-2 in their last 10. And yes, Guardians are a really good ball club.
Wagon.
I think they're for real. Now, with that being said, I do think Nick Lodolo can limit, maybe not stop the bats of the Guardians, but I do think Nick Lodolo can slow them down. He's had back-to-back really good starts against the Cubs. He hasn't versed the Guardians this year yet, but at home, he's much more serviceable. Only 2 losses were to the Orioles and the Giants on the road. So both on the road. I think at home, he gives the Reds a really good chance. I think the Reds, they've been hitting. They lost last night to the Cubbies, but 8-2 in their last 10. They've kind of turned things around. We talked about the Reds last week being in last place. They're in 3rd place right now. So they're starting to figure some things out. I'm going to trust Vegas here. I think they got this one right. I'll take Cincinnati. What did I get them at? -108. Oh, they jumped up to -120. Yeah, I got a little earlier in the day. So yeah, -108. Those are my 3 plays, kid. Anything else you like?
I'm gonna take maybe not a flyer, but maybe come tomorrow. I do like Detroit. Don't love them, but I do think Detroit could possibly, I do like them tomorrow against Washington at home, -135. If it comes down a little bit more, might go to the window, but I do lean Detroit on the money line as well.
Mets should not be this big of a favorite either against I don't care that it's Miami. They lost the series last time they played Miami, so it doesn't really matter. So Yeah, I was looking at
But
Detroit. I'm not
that
gonna
was
lie.
in Miami. That was in Miami.
At home, they're even worse.
Exactly.
At home, they're even worse. I was looking at Detroit. I don't want to lay minus 130 with Detroit, if I'm being honest. If I got a minus 110, probably I'd take Detroit. I do
Even
think they are the better
120.
team. Even
Minus
Tampa,
120.
I was looking at Tampa minus 120 as well. I just couldn't get to the window with anything. I was looking to
I like
fade
Assad.
Boston.
I like Assad. I like him. If anything,
Yeah.
I'll lean Chicago on that one though.
There's a bunch of big favorites too, like Sonny Gray's almost a $2 favorite. Bryce Miller of the Mariners, he's almost a $3 favorite. Like I know Seattle's good, but like,
and not for nothing for the people listening. There's no lines out yet, but definitely see what the Yankees line is tomorrow or later tonight. Just because
they should be the favorite.
Pains me to say, but you got to respect what's going on and what they're
Yeah.
doing. They're the best team in baseball. Fuck.
No, they are, and I think they deserve to be a favorite, especially against Daniel Lynch. I know there's not actually lines out for 3 games. We're still deciding on some pitchers here, but yeah, that's all I got, kid. Let's go to Thursday night. We got NHL Stanley Cup Finals back in Edmonton. Got to 2 days off, big travel spot. But Florida looking to take a 3-0 commanding lead. Look, we're looking at sweeps in both finals. Like, not good. I'll say that, not good. But right now, Edmonton minus 135 favorite, plus 114 for the Florida Panthers. Over under again at 5.5. We were on the over 2 games in a row. Cannot hit either game. Are we going back to the over here?
I'm gonna just stay away.
Yeah.
Dill. And, I got burned on the over, trying to, pump it up for the pod, Dill. And to be honest, I got burnt. So we out here losing money. That's not good. So
No.
I'm gonna lean the under 5.5 just because
Yeah.
Edmonton hasn't really showed up. What they scored, 2 goals all finals. Florida Panthers, they at 7?
Yeah, 7.
Dill, I just can't Florida keep it up on the road. That's my question. And can Edmonton score more than 1?
We'll see.
To be continued. I'm not sure. I'm gonna lean the under.
Yeah, I got a few player props. One, I'm going to continue to go back to the well with Leon Draisaitl over 2.5 shots on goal. He got 2. So we're 1-1 on the prop for the series, but you got to expect them to be more aggressive. I know I said that, but Draisaitl on the power play is 0 for 7 thus far in the series. You got to imagine they're going to come home and at least try to make adjustments. It all starts with McDavid. But I also think Leon Draisaitl is a more important goal scorer, not player, but goal scorer for the Edmonton Oilers. So I like his over 2.5 shots on goal. I like Connor McDavid over 3.5 shots on goal as well. That's that plus money, plus 105 I got. And then the last one, I'm going to take Matthew Tkachuk over 2.5 shots on goal. It's a little chalky at minus 155. I see minus 170s out there. So, you might want to lay off this, but I do think sometimes the juice is worth the squeeze. He's been relatively quiet in this series. He's been held pointless. He's only put up 5 shots on goal so far. And one of their guys, Alexander Brokov, if he is ruled out, which it's up in the air, but I do think he'll be ruled out. Matthew Tkachuk has to step up for this team. I know they're up 2-0, but they need to continue to put the foot on the gas. So I don't know. In game 2, the Oilers forwards only combined for 4 shots on goal. McDavid and the rest of his team, they need to find another way to bring some energy on home ice. Hopefully that lady who flashed her titties, McTitty, she's there. They need her. Do you remember that viral video?
Didn't she get banned?
I don't know if she got banned. That's a good question.
I think
they shouldn't.
Facts.
I mean, it was funny. They had Evander Kane, one of the defensemen, or I think he's a forward actually, for Edmonton. They interviewed him after or on their way to the Stanley Cup Finals, and they said, "Hey, like after the game, did you and the boys look at that video like 100 times?" And he goes, let's just say it was surfacing around the locker room, and they go, what was the number one main question? And he goes, what jersey was she wearing? And she was actually wearing like one of the retired Edmonton jersey guys. And I think he winded up commenting on the post. He said, the boy still has it. So you gotta love it. Showing the old guys some love, which you really appreciate. But yeah, I hope Edmonton wins. I just want series, kid. Like, I hate all these blowouts. Like, they're not even games at this point, you know? So rooting for Edmonton. I'm rooting for Dallas as well. And yeah, hopefully we just have better games. But yeah, kid, that's going to do it. I'll see you in Jamaica, or you'll see us in Jamaica.
Yeah, I see y'all in Jamaica. Hopefully we'll come back Thursday, Friday's pod. And there's 2-1 in the Stanley Cup and it's 2-1 in the NBA Finals.
Kid, hopefully you get some tan in you as well, you know?
I don't want to be, too tan, but we'll get there. Hopefully I don't get burnt.
You got a jet ski? Any big plans? Got dinner? What are we thinking out here in Jamaica?
Gonna make some reservations at a steakhouse at the resort. Going jet skiing for sure.
Drinking a lot? Let's take it easy.
All inclusive, so I gotta get my money's worth, and probably just do a few things. My girl want to do a few things. I want to, go on a boat, get jump off, go snorkeling, stuff like that. But mostly, I just want to jet ski and have a good time, relax,
and most importantly, be safe as well. But Elvis, get there. Get there safe. That's going to do it for this Wednesday edition of the Dream Wager on behalf of our sponsor, Viva Tequila. Elvis, myself, make sure you guys follow along our social media, X and Instagram at the Dream Wager. If you missed an episode, no worries. You guys can find all of our episodes wherever you listen to podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher. We go live on YouTube as well. So if you want to watch us live, hit that like button, subscribe, rate, give us a review. Leave in the comment who you like for Game 3 of the NBA Finals. All that good stuff really helps the show grow tremendously. So be a friend, tell a friend. Everyone have a great few days. Good luck on your wagers, and we will see you guys on Friday. Peace.